All right, guys, so I'm gonna tell you a story. My first one was, I have a few of them. Okay, my first story is I was about 15 years old, and my mom had four kids at the time. So it was me, my little sister, my brother, and my little brother. So, back then you had to do like chores. Like, yeah, you got to do chores or you was going to get beat up by your parents, real talk. So, at the time, my chore was to do the kitchen. Now, my mom lived in a townhome or whatever, real tall. It was like a real straight up, like the ceilings was tall, everything was tall, like it was a really nice place. And my mom was telling us what was our chores to do, so I had the kitchen. So I end up doing my chores, end up doing the kitchen. I end up mopping the floors. I end up doing the dishes real clean. I end up putting up the dishes before I go to bed. So after that, we end up brushing our teeth and, getting ready for bed. So now my mom had a 3-bedroom at the time. So my mom had her room. Her room was in the hallway. Then it was the bathroom next there. Then it's me and my sister. We had to share a room. And then my brother and my little brother had to share a room. So we were getting ready for lay down or whatever. Me and my sister were talking for a little bit. All of a sudden, as we laying down, my back is towards the ceiling, and my room, my bed was against the window, and my sister was against the wall on the side by the closet. So, sorry. So, I end up laying on my back. All of a sudden, my sister just started dozing off and falls asleep, which is nothing normal, whatever. It's normal. Didn't think nothing of it. So, all of a sudden, it was hard for me to fall asleep. So, I'm twisting and turning, I'm twisting and turning, I'm twisting and turning, trying to figure out why I cannot fall asleep. So, all of a sudden, I just start feeling like as if, like, somebody was, like, holding me in one place. Like, I couldn't move, I couldn't get up, I couldn't scream, I couldn't yell for my mom, I couldn't do anything. So I'm like, what in the world is going on, So now my job, I'm gonna tell you how, like I said, my sister bed was against the wall, mine was by the window, like the front part of the house. And then it's the door, then it's a closet, it's a hallway. So at this time, all of a sudden my body just instantly like fell asleep. So I'm like, what? Like, it fell asleep. All of a sudden, it felt like I was falling. But all these different, like, pictures was, like, shooting my way. It was coming my way. Like, all these different weird pictures, like, as if I was in the air. So, I end up back into my bed. And I'm still can't really say nothing. But I'm, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm screaming and hollering, screaming for my mom. But it's really, like, nobody can hear me. I'm trying to wake up my sister. Like, I'm really shaking my sister. Like, Kanisha, get up. Kanisha, that's my sister's name. Mo, get up. Mo is not budging. I'm shaking her, like, shaking her to the max, to the way you need to be getting up at this point. That's how hard I was shaking my little sister. As I'm shaking my little sister, trying to make her get up, it's like this, like a goat horse type of human just came in my room. And it was, like, telling me, like, yeah, cussing me out too. Like, I don't know if I could say this, but hopefully I don't get banned, but I'm gonna try my best so I can tell you it was word for word. So he had a body of like a body of a goat, like a horse, like a human, half and half. Like, one part of the body was human and the other part, the bottom part, was like a I'm gonna say a goat, like literally hens and everything, like. So, like, what is that movie that I can say that did y'all ever watch? Narnia? Like, yeah, like them goats. Like, that's how the body was. So, this is way before I ever watched Narnia, before I ever came out. I was a kid at the time. So, he comes in, he was like, yeah, bitch, nobody can hear you yell or scream. So, what's up? You get what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting there like, what? Like, what the fuck is this coming from? Like, what is this? Like, like, I never know what this is. So it literally grabbed me by my hair and start beating me up. Like, literally beating me in the hallway, beating me up. You get what I'm saying? So I'm literally like blocking it, like trying to, like, just, but I'm in in my mind or whatever, like it sounds like I'm screaming, but I'm not, nothing coming out, but I'm scared to death, like scared to death. He literally like kicking me, dragging me down the stairs. Now mind you, my mom have a stairs that go like straight down like this, right? So he like, oh, did your mom tell you to do the dishes, bitch? And I was telling him like, I did do the dishes, I did clean up. And he's hopping down the stairs. He ain't walking or like going step by step. No, he's jumping like doom, doom, jumping. And my mom had, at the time, we used to count it, my mom had like 27 stairs straight down. So he like jumping down the stairs. So I'm running like, now mind you, I'm at the bottom of the stairs where the front door at. So now I'm running like towards the kitchen part, like towards my living room, back. It's the living room, then it's the kitchen little piece, and then it's the back piece. So, I mean, this man is literally fighting me. So now at this point, I'm like, yo, I got to fight this man back. Like, I don't even know, like, I'm so scared I have to fight him back. I'm literally getting beat. I'm getting beat up. So, he tearing up the kitchen. I'm talking about pots, pans. I mean, this man is tearing me up. You know what I mean? So, I finally breaks out. I runs back upstairs. I'm trying to run back upstairs. He grabbed me by my leg. So as he grabbed me by my leg, I kicked him or whatever. And now I know I'm screaming to the top of my lungs. Like, there's no, because the next day I literally have no voice. I could not speak. I could not nothing. So anyways, after I kick him, I goes back upstairs. As I goes back upstairs, I goes back into heading back towards my room. Now, mind you, when it's like a wall. You pass the bathroom, you see my brother's room. It's a whole nother wall, but it was like just a regular wall, but it was like a door on the wall. So I opened up the door. And it was just like a whole nother life. You get what I'm saying? It was just weird. So as I opened up the door and I'm still crying, I'm like crying, but it felt like I was floating on midair. And God rest her soul, God rest my auntie, had passed away. I think she died at that time, like a year prior or two ago after that. So my aunt passed away. And I'm so excited to see her. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, auntie, you need to come because, this thing is coming after me. Now, mind you, I told you, like, the goat/human was at the door. So now, mind you, I'm really running to my aunt now because I'm like, I'm scared as list, okay? So I'm going to her. Because he's standing at the door, like, yeah, like, come back up in here. You know what I'm saying? So I goes, I'm telling her, like, auntie, come with me. She like, no, I can't. You know what I mean? So I'm telling her, I'm like, oh, my God. I don't know if I could say certain names in here, but I was saying certain family members that is her kids and my uncle that was his wife, how excited and how my grandma and all of us would be so excited to see you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was like determined for her to come. She was like, no, I can't come, honey, but you're gonna be okay or whatever. So all of a sudden I end up just begging her. She like, no. Then I end up somehow, some way back in my room. I don't know. Don't ask me how I got back in my room. I mean, I got back in my room. So I get back in my room. I'm back in my bed. I'm back laying down, but I'm up, but I'm up. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I end up laying down. Once again, it felt like peace. You get what I'm saying? But it was like peace or whatever. So I'm steady. I got tears, full-blown tears in my eyes at this point because I'm so scared to move to the point where I was scared that man was going to come back. I was scared anything was going to come back. You get what I'm saying? So I'm steady crying for my aunt. Like, like you just disappear. Where you go? So all down to it, my body fell, like made me close my eyes. I was so exhausted to the point where I was crying so hard the whole time. I be getting beat up. The devil, whatever it was, horse/camel, whatever it was, beat me up. Then I seen my aunt, you know what I mean? And she told me that she couldn't come. Like, I'm going to see you again. I love you to everybody. I love them, so on and so forth. I mean, I'm literally crying, telling her, like, I just can't believe I saw you. You know what I mean? Then, like I said, I didn't know how I got back to my body laying back in the bed. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I'm crying so hard to the point where my body's so exhausted to the point I literally, like, I was so scared to close my eyes. Something, like, it's like, I don't know, I don't want to say this, but, like, as if some type of sparkling dust or something made me fall asleep. Like, I don't know way to explain it, but yeah, like that's how I'm gonna give it to you, because that's how I felt. Like something like made me fall asleep. So as I fall asleep, I fall asleep, I wakes back up, we getting ready. Now mind you, I got bruises all over me. I got a black eye. I got bruises all in my body or whatever. I'll get up. I go to my mom's room. I'm crying. Now, first of all, my mom was very, very strict. Back in the day, back in the 90s, parents were strict. So you're going to school. Like, they didn't care nothing about nothing. Like, only way you staying home, if you got a broke leg or you throwing up or your fever, where the point you got to go to the hospital. Like, our parents back in the day, you going to school. So I goes in my mom's room and I'm crying to my mom. Like, I don't even get in my mom's bed. My mom ain't, like, I got in my mom's bed crying to my mom. Like, literally bawling my eyes out. So my mom like, you're not gonna go to school. You're not gonna go, you know what I mean? Like, what happened to you? Like, literally, I'm telling her the whole dream. Like, Mom, this is what happened or whatever. So my mom calls my grandmother. So God rest her soul. My mom calls my grandmother. My grandmother used to watch us while my mom used to go to work or whatever. My mom is a nurse. So my mom worked on the weekends and my mom used to work every other day or something like that or whatever. So my grandma used to come over and my grandma used to, watch us or whatever while my mom doing nights or day shift, evening shift or whatever. So my mom called my grandmother. So my grandma was like, "Oh, that means that the devil rolled your back." So I'm like, "What is that?" She was like, "When you at an age, that means that you're gonna be paying for your own sins. Like the devil let you know, like he can have a hold on you or whatever." So I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "What?" Like, I'm crying. I'm so scared. I have not slept. I have not ate. I haven't nothing. So at this time, my mom like, "Okay, something is really wrong with my child." You know what I mean? Like, really, really wrong. Now, I didn't go to sleep. My grandmother came over. It got to the bad point. My mom called my grandmother and told her mother to come over. So I would not sleep. I mean, I'm talking about bags up under my eyes. I refused to go to sleep. So my grandma came upstairs. She had a Bible. I don't know what scripture it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. And she told me to lay down. So I'm crying. I'm like, "Grandma, could you just stay in the room with me, please? I appreciate if you just stay with me." She was like, "Oh no, I'm staying here, right here with you." So like I said, my grandma was sitting on my sister in her bed or whatever. Like, I refused to go to sleep. She was like, "Vanessa, relax. Just relax. It's okay." You get what I'm saying? So when she put a scripture, she put it up under my pillow. Now, in my mind, I'm like, what a Bible gonna do? Like, but let me tell you something. I'm about to be so honest with you. Let me tell you something. When my grandmother put that up under my pillow, I am 38 years old. I have never slept like that in 38 years. Do you hear me? I have not been so more afraid to sleep. My grandmother put it up under my bed. Put it up under my pillow. I'm sorry, put it up under my pillow. And all of a sudden, my body just started drifting. Like, I don't know, because I was already exhausted for 2 days. Probably so. That could have been it. But I'm talking about I had energy as a horse. I had energy to stay awoke. I promise you. I was not a bit of nothing. We wasn't in my room for no hour. No, it had to been nothing but 20 minutes. I was begging my grandmother to stay in a room with me. So she sat on the edge of my sister's bed. I instantly start falling asleep. When I tell you that sleep, I wish I could take that sleep back. I really do. I slept so good. It felt like I was sleeping on straight air cotton. Like, I cannot explain to you what my grandmother did. Because first of all, my grandma was very into like witchcraft and stuff like that. My grandma was into a lot of stuff when we was growing up. We just didn't know what it was. Her and my other grandma was. They, it was nothing bad or nothing like that, but she was really into that stuff. So I don't know what my grandmother did with that Bible, and I have never slept so good in my life. All right, thank you for hearing my story. If y'all like it, subscribe and like. Okay, thanks. Bye.